Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 28 of my Islandception series. I think things are about to get very exciting because we will soon be declaring war against both Japan and the Aztecs. So, our navy will be off on the other continent, dominating Japan, while our soon to be acquired Air Force gets started on whittling the Aztecs down. It will be interesting for me, anyways, to see how soon we will be able to stop the ideology pressure against us. Says it's duplicate. I'm not sure, but we have multiple incense. In fact, when we took over the one city down here, we had like three. So, okay, let's see what's going on here. London has grown, and that means now we are working every tile that we would like to. So it's just going to be more chemistry hills from here on out. Nice. Let's see. Incense, silver, incense, citrus. Okay. Well, happiness is doing pretty good, so I'm thinking maybe that incense trade didn't hurt us. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to bother selling him iron, because if I'm not mistaken, we have a trade route that's ended or is about to end. There we go. It has ended. And I was looking at our city-states. Genoa, who, we just lost, so we lost the porcelain, is looking for a trade route. And they're right here. They're not that far from where we are. So I was thinking of sending the trade route there. This is the trade route, if I'm not mistaken, that was feeding York. Yes. And York, as you can see here, when the oil's finished, we'll probably move this citizen over there. But York's working just about every single slot we would want them to. We could use one more population here, but it does look like the one cycle of cargo ship was called for. Anyways, what I'm getting at is if we were to send this over to Genoa to satisfy that quest, we would really, because the reason I wasn't looking at this kind of thing earlier is because we were at war with Greece, and they have people all over the world, whereas here we've already been working to establish a good visibility net, so we could basically just start blowing up all of his boats right now. Anything that's around Genoa, anything from here to Genoa, just blow it up. And part of the reason why I'm okay with this is because look at this. He's about to take a land city. Japan is. And I was actually thinking about this earlier, that when we were fighting the Aztecs, when we were fighting Greece, most of our efforts was to stop them from being able to create a navy so that we would basically be uncontested until we got to planes, try to hold off the world until we got to planes so that we could actually be effective on land as well. And that always presented an interesting conundrum because all of Japan's cities are coastal, so we would never be able to do that to him. But now that he's taking an inland city, we literally could, if we wanted to, just take out Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, just to put him down. I don't think that's necessary, and I definitely don't think that's worth our time and effort. Maybe Tokyo, just because it's technically on the way. We need this bay to shoot at Kyoto. I don't know. But if we were to declare war so that our cargo ship would have safe passage, our boats could start on this navy right now, clean it up real quick. Our boats could swarm to the inland, which they wanted to do anyways to upgrade to battleships. And once he takes the city, he could bring these units over here. We could start shooting them down, head over to Tokyo, make that our base, maybe burn it down while we're killing some of his units, take on Kyoto. I don't know, something along those lines. So I'm thinking it might actually be worthwhile to declare war on Japan this turn, as we did denounce him a couple turns ago, just to make sure we would have that option. So let's just take a look real quick. We'll look for Geneva here. Genoa, excuse me, Genoa. I keep getting those two confused, but Genoa is the one we're looking at. And looks like 16.7 is highest from London. And just to double check that this is Genoa, not Geneva. So let's rebase this to London, and then we can send that off next turn, which means if we use this turn to clean up as many Japanese boats as we can really, we'll have the explosion of taking out his navy, and then the implosion of bringing everybody to the coast, start getting to work on his ground units. I didn't want to. I was trying to hold off on this just so he could tax Greece as much as possible. But we already know that Egypt is also attacking Greece. It looks like they're making some progress, and then of course anything we can do to Japan just to secure our lead. We're not going to be as interested as whittling down his army as we were with Greece and the Aztecs, but obviously we can do whatever we can while we can. And Bands of Congo is in awe of you, so that's nice. We're back to allies with them. I don't think we had pearls without them, so pearls are back in. And a new unit who happens to be a lancer, which is nice, because we were looking for some quick units to put on the other continent for our sporadic land acquisitions. So we'll have him start heading down like he was. London is ready for a new construction project. We have oil. This is the turn for go. So we will... Let me think about this real quick. We'll have the capability for battleships in 2 turns. So in theory, in 2 turns, we would want to have about 1,600 gold so that we could upgrade 4 battleships. Now, I don't think we have to be quite as stingent if we are planning on declaring war against Japan this turn, simply because we might need the turns that we're occupying these tiles to actually be shooting onto land, and it won't be until that lets up that we can afford to upgrade the battleships and go from there. If it weren't for the fact that we sent most of our veterans away, we could use the fact that we have range to act upon the land while upgrading, but I think most of we just have our non-veterans over here. In fact, it looks like they all have limited range, and that's fine. So, point being, I don't think we have to go strict 1,600, because it may be that the moment we can upgrade the battleships, our boats are busy doing other things, because we don't actually have to have battleships until it's time to take Kyoto. Alright, so what this means is we're going to use our money to first buy a military academy, and then we're going to buy as many great war bombers as we can afford, making sure we keep track of... So we're doing about 300, and we do still have some trades we can do over here. In fact, after we declare war on Japan, maybe we get freed up with some of the luxuries. Oh, I guess we're not selling them any luxuries. Okay, so that'll make the income part easier. She's willing to do citrus and silver, both of which are duplicates. Oh, I see. I forgot to plug in my headset. I was wondering why her voice seemed so quiet. Let's see here. So, citrus. There we go. Oh, no. We don't do that. We do that. Alright. Silver as well. I don't see why not. Previously, she was the one we were most worried about potentially declaring war on us. So, stacking him up with her not only makes it more of a disincentive for her to attack us, but also makes it to where if she does attack us, we benefit slightly. Okay. Well, I do know, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and there was also a frigate over here somewhere. He's at war with Greece, so I wonder if he's coming over to Cahokia, so there might be a frigate down there, which he would probably be able to reach. We have the Great Lighthouse, and etc. How far can you reach? Alright, so we could get visibility with him, and we might have a chance of capturing up here with him. That seems like a worthwhile endeavor. But we were actually focusing on this for a second. Okay. So we did buy the military academy, correct? Sorry for the disjointed. I was trying to do multiple things at once. It's probably a bad idea. I just want to verify military academy. I don't want to start buying planes unless we can give them air repair immediately. So we'll buy one here just to verify. Please don't do that. Let's see. Here we go. And we're going to start with land, because the whole problem with this entire map has been we've been weak on land. Part of that was just the limitation of our starting circumstances, and then part of that was that because we were so limited on land, we tried to favor water. It's been largely successful, but the point is that we rushed planes for the purpose of supplementing our land, and we do know that he's been using the time since we contained him to build up his units. So I do think going anti-land into air repair. There we go. That's confirmation we can do air repair thanks to Brandenburg and all 3 of the XP buildings, which means we are now free to say Great War Bomber, Great War Bomber. And if we hold off here, then we should have 1600 in about 2 turns. And the difference is such that if we're wrong, we'd have to wait another 3 turns, and I don't want to screw ourselves like that. So let's just start off with the 3. They can rebase to Tenochtitlan next turn, and then we can get started whittling down his units here until we can push for the city. In fact, maybe that's what we do. Maybe we make the first 3 or 4 specialize in land units and then start specializing in city. Have a nice mix. I've never thought to try that before, but ooh, I almost took triple. That would have been devastating. Let's not do that. Air repair for everybody. That way we can just keep going, keep going, keep going. And this is really important because keep in mind that the Aztecs are in the modern era. Where did they get in the modern era? Not entirely sure, but we do know that that means that they, in theory, have the capacity for anti-air by way of triplane. So we just need to stomp them now while we can. Luckily, I see 2 sources of oil right here. And let's see, a little bit of oil there. Okay, so he does have access to oil somewhat. It does look like we'll be stomping most of it straight out of the gate. So there's that. Alright, so they'll rebase next turn, and that's just the way it goes. All our boats here are ready to attack this. So I think it's time we have a go at Japan. I'm guessing under the circumstances, Greece would be the most likely to pay us, except for they have nothing. Aztecs would probably be next, but we're going to declare war on them, so any deal we make with them will just get canceled. He's on the other continent. Let's see if he's got a vested interest in this. Appears not. Maybe China. We are bordered with them, so maybe they would like us to just be somewhere else. Similar situation here, though I wouldn't count on it nearly as much. India. That would make sense. I think India declared war, or was declared on war on by them. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's no surprise. The biggest contenders we have are Aztecs and Greece, and we spanked them both, so we've drained the world economy of its capability, more or less. So, without further ado, let's get it on. All we're losing is a couple of iron deals, no big deal. Alright, war has been declared. Diplomat. Oh, okay, that's why I was confused before about... Because he's a diplomat, alright. I had previously remembered that... oh, I never noticed this before. Is the icon different because it came from a different era? It's more distinguishedly dressed, that's funny. So we'll move him back into Kyoto, but as a spy. Is that possible? Cool. Alright. So it might be a number of turns before we can even fire on Kyoto anyways, which ties into what I was saying before about needing the time to actually do other things other than upgrade to battleships. Alright, so let's start with home. This is our most sensitive area. We'll take this guy all the way over here. Shoot at this oh, another caravel there. Was not aware. So what we can do is... Okay, I was going to say bombard here. We can bring him up, and that's a very favorable exchange rate. And just on the off chance it runs this way, we can have this guy start heading this way, but we'll bring him back to Beijing next turn. Alright. Take a quick break from the war, get these guys going. Alright, what's going on over here? We can see more or less everything we need to. I do like the Great Admiral's position, so you hold, 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 and then you guys come over here favoring west over southwest. Oh, apparently there's somebody there. That's unfortunate because I kind of wanted to occupy that hex, but this works too. Seeing some barbarians, don't much care about that. It's good to see China still active, doing something there. Okay. What was he doing? This guy had ripped up the road. We're just going to put him into safety. What would this worker be doing? Sin, sun, sun. You know, I think I may have forgotten to sell off the library there. I meant to do that when we reloaded. If memory serves. Nobody can use this river tile, so that's not a priority. I guess we just get back to working some farms until we have a greater need. This was going to be our southern defense. We'll just put him away there. Okay, let's get started on this. So I wanted him to come over here, get some eyes on where that frigate might be. There it is. Let's see, can you... Oh, it says we would be able to kill it entirely. Nice, okay. We didn't get to capture it, but frankly, we don't really have a need to be capturing stuff. So, if our resources are distributed as such where we can't hit everything we would want, let's make the triremes the lowest priority. In fact, if we do capture it, we could just give it to Genoa, maybe. Or maybe it's time for another ironclad. I have no idea. Alright. How much does a frigate do? 2. It would take 2 to kill this. And there's a caravel. So what if we stepped up here, did that, stepped up here, did that, and we don't really want to capture it, but if we do, okay, we didn't, so that's fine. This guy comes down to deal with the caravel. Let's see, about 44. Oh, okay, that should almost certainly kill it. We'll still move to this hex just because we want to be as close to everything else as we can be. We'll get some eyes over there and then stomp, which leaves us with this guy. There was a higher health trireme over here, so if I can get to that... 1, 2, 3, 4. We're already running out of mobility if we do that. How about we come in here? We should still be able to shoot there. Okay. So there's a trireme here, but doesn't matter. It's limited to shallow waters, and with the exception of this bay, which I have boats right here, we can see everything. So we should be clear to send this cargo ship to Genoa next turn, and then we can come over here and get started. Speaking of getting started, let's just get started here right now. We can do this and this. Not very effective, but you know, whatever. Okay, we're done with workers over here, so I'll just go ahead and delete this one. Alternatively, we could start going over this way, just to have something in Japan's lands. You know, that's not a bad idea. We're probably going to get pillaged and whatnot, so we can actually do that. Let's see, we'll enter as far south as we can and get over there, because we got to go around Grecian lands. I don't think he's going to give us open borders. Alright, put. We're getting there. We're getting there. Don't really have much of a use for it, but, you know, with holdings all over the world, having a presence all over the world seems favorable. Let's just take a look at this real quick. We do have more incense we could sell, but it does not appear that we have any takers. So we'll zoom out here and see how all of this progresses. Oh, wow, he didn't even try for Pharsalos. Okay, so that'll probably change next turn now that he's got this city. He's offering citrus... No, this is a redo. Yeah, we can try... Oh, he's going for it! Oh, I'm surprised he's giving us 5 at this point. Why is he so happy about us all of a sudden? I mean, just because he's last on our chopping block doesn't mean we're good for him. Hey, look at this. We actually get through. Valenius finally got out of the privateer game. Interesting. Maybe it's because they're no longer at war with us. Alright, we'll do naval. We know there was a boat up here. Looks like it's sitting pretty for us. And we would rather the ships of the line get the XP. He's got a range of 3. Oh, wow, he's almost fully out of it. Okay, for some reason it looked like he had no life bar, which meant he was at full health, but in fact it was he had almost no life, so that's better for us. We'll get this guy to a place where he can heal, and then we'll send this guy down here so we have visibility in our lands as well as the path to Genoa. Speaking of which, we'll have this guy. The privateer has nothing left to do, whereas this guy does. He kind of... Alright, so we just wanted to open up visibility there. And it seems like from here would be a good place to shoot that and still be able to come down here. Alright, so privateer needs healing. And these guys need to get in range to be able to upgrade to battleships next turn. So I think we will leave this guy here for eyes. And maybe... we only have room for 4 as far as upgrades go. So maybe he stays out here for visibility. That makes sense to me, because if we keep eyes over here, we can kind of know what's coming, as well as have the option of shifting over there if something threatens our homeland. Thanks to Mbanza Congo being our ally here, we have a very nice net of visibility, and we're about to make Genoa an ally as we do this. Let's see, no previous routes. I want to make sure this is the right boat. We send it to Genoa. Bam! We'll have them as allies next turn. Alright, so these guys just want to kind of come down here and pile in, so we can make them battleships next turn. 1, 2, 3, and then this one. So, yeah, we'll keep this privateer. Well, I mean, he's doing fine about where he's at. Maybe come down here, get some eyes. No, we just kind of went through there. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to hurt nothing. We had eyes over there. As for this guy, we could use a little bit of healing, but more than anything, we could use visibility. We'll come down here. There we go. Something like that works very well. And then we can have this guy nearby. Does he have range? It wouldn't matter. We can't shoot Kyoto from here. Alright, we'll come down here just so we're closer as well. Horses to Wu Zetian. She does not want to redo Japan and Portugal now, friends. That's not good for us. Okay. So we're done with the Navy stuff. It's time to get to the Air Force stuff, I think. And we see an Egyptian frigate. It's nice to know that's a thing. We'll come here just for protection, and then we'll get put away. Alright, even more aluminum. Which means this guy's now got even less to do. We could chop this down. Nothing for this guy to do. We can tuck him away in Nottingham. And he's going to head over to the other continent. Oh wait, no, we need to get him... Oh, we need to get him altitude training. Alright. Lost a turn there. So we should be able to land here in 2 turns. Bam. Oh man, lost several turns. That's unfortunate. Alright, rebase these to Tenochtitlan so we can get started next turn. There's 1. There's 2. And there is 3. Okay, so we are ready to get started next turn. Just looking at my land forces, I'm perfectly fine where they are. Let's see here. This got chopped down. I guess we'll make a farm out of it. He's just along for the ride. And then when we do declare war, all these guys will be able to get into play. We'll back up 1, just in case. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright. And we'll bring this guy down here. We mostly want to be able to act on land, but with this frigate here, that's going to be another potential target. Ooh, looks like China is in fact succeeding. More oil. You see a hill here that could be developed, so we'll do that next. Oh wait, we actually left this hill, so let's do that. Wonder where this, there are 2 settlers. You guys see that? 2 settlers. Yeah, they can start settling down here, but talk about too little, too late, huh? Alright, I thought I told you guys to sit tight, but there is a delay. Alright, we'll come over here. This will probably be the turn his land units start showing an interest in us. Or not, maybe they need to heal up. Maybe he's got plans to push on, and it does indeed look like that is the case. I'm pretty sure this is duplicate incense, so we are definitely free to redo that deal. I thought we had just done silver with this guy. No? Okay, we were looking at the possibility. And he's offering 5, so yeah, let's go for it. Interesting. Kiev wants Urbolite. I think we had just done that, so... And there's the Allied, and there's Battleships. Nice, and we do have the money needed to do 4, as was the plan. And hey, look at this. We got cities asking for gems right around the time we're going to be taking gems. Whales, horses. Let's see. She's got no money or something. No, she's got the money. Where's she getting the whales from then if she doesn't want our whales? I don't know, but he's willing to do horses, so... Okay, that's all he wants. And no more whales, so... Okay. See, Hong Kong desires spices. Oh, we lost spices when we burnt Sin Sun Sen. That's fine. Are we going to get more from Tenochtitlan? No. There's some in Tlatelolco, which I was going to let him keep. That's fine. We got some coming back in like 10, 15 turns or whatever it is. No big deal. This is the turn we'll actually start going to war with him. So just keep that in mind as we're looking at the... Kiev wants Urbolite. Like I said, we just did that. And they are our allies, so we pick up Portugal and Shanghai. New research agreement, don't care. Alright, tech. This would be less than 2%, and like I said, I think with planes we'll be able to end this game, so I don't think we have a need for nukes. Finding out where uranium is would give our workers something to do, but I think we have a greater need for Neuschwanstein. And just to back that up, let's take a look at our faith return. We should be able to buy an engineer in about 8 turns, give or take. And let's see here, scientist in 2. So we're going to get a scientist in 2 turns, which means fertilizer would be finished, and we bulb pretty much to complete railroad. 8 turns before about, well, at that point it'd be closer to 6. So I suppose we could just snag atomic theory. We could use a scientist to bulb that and put the spillover down here, or vice versa, start down here, switch to this bulb, put the spillover back down here. Because until we have a great engineer, there's no point. We can't really dedicate hard labor towards it, and we're a couple policies away from being able to purchase great scientists, which we might not even need. The only other thing worth mentioning is that the sooner we upgrade our great war bombers to actual bombers, the more utility we'll have in general, but our Navy still has time to set all that up, so I think we're good to go. I think I would rather start in atomic theory and then let our bulb spill over into fertilizer, because we don't need to pick up fertilizer soon at all. We're only picking it up because it is a requisite. We don't need the extra food, and to some extent we don't want the extra food. Okay, so this guy's finished here, so we'll have him come down. Unfortunately, that takes all of his movement, so we can't get started yet. And as far as where the other archaeologists go, it doesn't much matter. We should probably grab the ones around like Grecian city-states, because we will have to go to war against them eventually again. Yeah. Definitely not the ones down here until that's all resolved. So we will move as far over as we can and get started on that in a couple turns. Hopefully... You know what we can do with this boat? We can actually come over here, get some eyes, see if there's like a camp over here that would prevent him from doing that. That seems like a good idea. Okay. And then we'll move this guy. Nah, he's fine. And he's fine. And this is the one we want to go get altitude training. Okay, so archaeologist there. We only have 2 slots, so maybe this guy, maybe Hastings builds a museum while York pumps out more archaeologists. At least until we have an idea of whether this is going to be a work or a landmark. I'm thinking landmark would be a nice thing to have. Okay. Putt. Moving along, slowly but surely. Alright, this guy was going to come over to Japan. Yeah, we might as well just stick to the water. Yep. Chop just because we can. Same here. Get those planes out however quickly we can. He's coming back over here for no good reason. We have yet to know what we want with him, so let's just wait. Okay, we had denounced them before, so it is time to get this started. Let's just take a moment to peek at everything going on here. Cannon at the water, frigate exposed. These are our veterans, so they will have range of 3. This turn we only have the 3 ship of the line, so that's something to be mindful of. So maybe we should declare war to see how. Well, no, because with these guys here we can't tag team these guys. Okay. Alright, let's just go for it. I don't think there's going to be anybody that will pay us to do it. Because they would have... Well, no, that's not true. Montezuma is more hated. So just because nobody wanted to pay us to war Japan doesn't mean we won't find any takers here. Especially since this guy's starting to like us for some reason. It's too bad Ethiopia's out of the game. She sounds angry. He doesn't usually pay for wars anyways. Let's see here. Nope. Okay. We're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. We're going to lose on a trade route going to us, Wales and silver. Okay, that's nice. We just unloaded silver. So, yep, here we go. There we are. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is these 3 Gatling guns only have limited options. So let's try them first. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And bombard. I kind of just want these guys to tank up. So, I mean, there's a cannon here. That's fine. Whatever. As for the planes, I'm seeing a rifleman over here. Maybe we bring our own cannon up from behind. I don't know how important that is, but... Alright, so let's see. Great War Bomber, attack here. What will you do? Ooh, half. Okay. So it would be nice if we could 2-shot it, but it would probably take all 3 planes. And that's good to know. Now we know what the exchange rate is. We can count on them for being a rifleman per turn. And that seems pretty good enough, actually. I will go ahead and move the cannon outside here and set up just in case we get... There's a lot of rough in here, so there might be units showing up that get stopped here. Maybe the cannon makes it to where it only takes 2 planes. It is unfortunate we don't get to do this cannon, but them acting on us won't be so bad. Let's just take a peek here. What would you do to them? About 31, about 42. We could hit 1 if we wanted to. It would be nice to hit this, but that's something the Ironclad could easily do. Or the Privateer? No, Ironclad. There we go. Oh, also we could move one of our boats into here and get started on this. Looks like Samarkand's finally producing units. So we have options, but this looks like an easy decision. And then, what do we got here? These are veterans. Oh yeah, these guys can actually upgrade to battleships. So maybe we get... I don't know how necessary that's going to be, though. So shoot there. Shoot there. And privateer. Okay, did not capture, and that's fine. Can we reach this? We can. Okay. Don't need to this turn, but in future turns that's something that might be useful. So let's favor the cavalry. No, let's favor this rifleman. The cavalry is so fast, he's going to run around healing up, so until we can like focus fire him, I don't see a point in leaving him like that. This is... Oh yeah, nice. That's part of the reason I wanted to move the veterans back to home defense. And what we can do is we can swap these guys. You used to be a... Yeah, range. Okay. We're going to swap these two guys out. In fact, well, no, we don't want to stand on it. That's fine for now. Okay, he was coming down to Delhi. These guys were all just for visibility's sake. Alright, we are free to upgrade to battleships. We got the money, and we got the manpower, so let's move them in. You're a battleship. You're a battleship. You're a battleship. And you are a battleship. And it looks like we got money to 3, 4. Ooh, we're just going to be shy of doing one more next turn. That's fine. These guys are all about visibility. I do want this guy to be near Pharsalos because we can swap out, because all of these just got +1 range and indirect fire. I'm going to have him stay right there for now. Road here, it looks like we could rip that up and dangle a worker. That'll give him a reason to get involved. Subsequent turns. Yep. You can just sit tight. Okay, Braga might finally be falling. Finish up that hill. Yep. Okay, Admiral should come down here for now. Actually, you know what? Nah. I was going to say let's move it over to the Japanese fight, but the Japanese fight is already quite overpowered. Okay, I see this over here. Can you reach him? Of course you can. You're an ironclad. You are really fast in shallow water. Fantastic. There we go. Splat. Ooh, and another one gets revealed. Fantastic. So you guys come over here and replace him for eyeballs. There we go. And that seems fine. Okay. And now these guys can shoot further inland. We can just play hacky sack with Tokyo, whatever we want. Okay. Big turns. Getting pretty exciting. 2-front war. Upgraded Navy on one side and Air Force on the other. Fun times. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Please leave any tips or mistakes you notice down below. I like it when you guys interact with each other, answer each other's questions, bounce ideas off each other, so please keep that going. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.